Hi, Libra. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your soulmate when it comes to your love life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me say this again, because I feel like some people that are coming into these reads, they like misinterpreting what's going on. Okay, so this is a soulmate reading. We are not talking about the twin, because I had somebody in the comments say something about that's it with the person and they not going back to him, and I'm like, what is this person talking about? Because we ain't even talking about no twin. So I don't understand what that comment was about. But for those of you that are just tuning in, we read about the soulmate. We don't mess around with the twin. If any cards for the twin come up, unless it's something that spirit lets me know is pressing, we might talk about it for a few seconds and then I put it to the side. So if you're looking for twin flame readings, we're not doing that. We passed that. Okay? All right. Okay, here we go, Libra. Overall energy for this week's reading is the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy. It is talking about, listening to your intuition. Okay? So I feel like that's what both you and your person are doing at this time, okay? Because the two of you are preparing, to come into union, okay? Underneath this is the Two of Swords. So this is talking about, getting your head out of the sand. This is like going to be the time to either shit or get off the pot. This can speak of, like refusing to see red flags and stuff like that. So I feel like Spirit is telling you to listen to your intuition and pay attention to the red flags. Not only the other person's red flags, but your red flags as well. Because there may be some things that you may be refusing to see about yourself. Because as I tell y'all, and some people don't want to hear this life is a mirror. So whatever is going on with you, whatever's going on in your life, the areas you don't like in your life, it has something to do with your mental. It has something to do with what you're thinking on a subconscious level. So when I say this to you and you fight it, you're basically identifying with the very thing that you don't want to have in your life, okay? Underneath this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is talking about, money, love, leaving a legacy, okay? So like I hear, trust funds and all that types of stuff. So it's like big money coming to you. You and this person are going to be each other's like lucky charms, okay? And you're going to like level up. I feel like the two of you coming together, you, like I said, it might heighten your psychic abilities. It may also heighten, like money wise, you're going to bring the two of you being together are going to you're going to manifest a lot of money. Okay. All right. Underneath this is, again, here's another two, the Two of Wands. This is talking about being at a crossroads. It's speaking of when this twin comes back and you're going to have to make a decision between this twin and the soulmate. So it's up to you, whatever it is you want to do. Okay. I'm not judging one way or the other, but I'm just telling you, if you want to be with the twin, for those of you who don't understand this, you're going to reap what you've sown. So it's like you're going to go right back through that karmic pattern that you went through before. So I'm just putting that out there for you. So we also have the Five of Cups showing up here. This is talking about, you and your person having gone through separately through heartbreak, breakup, separation. And I feel like, it's just a situation where, you're crying over spilled milk, looking at the things that happened to you in your past, and Spirit is telling you it's time to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. Okay. And you had a missed opportunity with this other person, but look, we want to miss that opportunity. We don't want that anymore. Okay. All right. So there is a Tower moment coming because the Tower card was up under that Four of Cups. Okay. So we're going to start by clarifying the High Priestess. Yeah. See, Spirit is telling you, you got free will. Okay. When it comes to your person, we got the Two of Cups here. This is talking about a strong connection, mutual attraction between you and this new person coming together. And the Two of Cups is a soulmate card. But Spirit is telling you, you have free will to decide If you want to listen to your intuition or you don't, if you want to make the decision you need to make or you don't, or you want to, you want to look at the red flags or you don't. But they're also saying what I always tell you, don't come in the comments with the BS, because you chose to take a different path and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not saying, you can't go off in a different direction if that's what you want to do, but you got to be willing to deal with the consequences, because the person that you've wanted, what you've been praying for all your life, is the one that's coming now. So it's up to you what you want to do, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right. The High Priestess. Okay. Okay. Here they go. They can't stay away. This twin. So I'm just gonna throw the card to the side. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I spoke them up. So we finna just circumvent that. Okay. So the card that represents you this week, where you are in this connection, is the Star. This is Aquarius energy. It is talking about healing. All right. It is also speaking of like you wishing on a star, and this can speak of Spirit saying that you're about to get what it is you want, which is what I just told you a few seconds ago. Okay. So let's clarify the Star. All right. See, I don't know why this person keep coming up in here. Okay. Here we go. So the twin is showing up again. Okay. This is about, them settling. I feel like Spirit is saying when you were with this person and all the people that you were with in your past, Libra, you were settling. Okay. This twin is still wrapped up in some type of karmic situation, and they're settling, is what Spirit is saying as well. But you have gone through that and you are trying to reinvent yourself now. That's what you're going through at this time, a reinvention. Okay. All right. Let me pull a card for your person. Star. Okay. We got anger issues showing up. That's the twin. I'm just gonna throw it to the side. Star. Okay. When it comes to your person, they've gone through painful love, and a lot of thorns, a lot of slings and arrows, just like you have when it comes to, their love relationship in the past. Okay, but the two of you are about to meet each other, and it's going to be paradise. I hear Sade in my head singing like Paradise, that song Like Paradise. Okay, so it says happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, the honeymoon phase. So this is what it's going to be like when the two of you come together. Okay, we getting rid of all that shit from the past. We letting it go. Okay, when it comes to your person, they're showing up with the moon. This is Pisces energy again. It can also be Cancer, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Let's clarify and see what Spirit wants to say about the moon cards. Moon, please. Okay. Moon. Okay, this person may have children, or this could speak of them having inner childhood wounding that they're trying to heal, okay, at this time. This person could be showing up in your life for some of you as early as the springtime. And then we've got this card here, loves your scent. So this person is going to be someone that loves the way you smell, okay? All right, so we got the moon card, like I said, showing up here. So a lot of times this speaks of secrets. Let me see what else Spirit wants to say. The moon. Okay, so this person is leveling themselves up. They're evolving and going through a growth period. Okay, stepping into their next phase, healing their inner child. See, I told you. See, it says it on here. Healing their inner child, and here's the children card. So that's what they're doing, and they're doing this under the cover of the moon. So they're doing it. Nobody realizes or knows that they're doing it. Okay, except for, I guess, Spirit. All right. Okay, so when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, towards Virgo, Capricorn. This is saying that you two are seeing each other as the one, okay? The one you want to have a long-term, stable, and committed relationship with. You see each other as your life, as the other person. Each person sees the other one as a life partner, okay? Let's clarify. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The twin numbing. Okay. That is talk about them numbing their feelings or whatever. But like I said, we don't care about that. All right. Here we go. Okay, Pentacles. Okay, then we've got the trickster card showing up here. Okay, so I feel like what is going on here is your spirit is saying that both you and this person have, dealt with people in your lives, love wise. It could have been in other relationships as well that were tricksters that made you think they were one way, and then when you got into a connection with them or you got deeper with them, they began to act like something else, act like their true selves, and it was it was some kind of crazy shit that you didn't want to deal with. Okay, they ended up being a trickster. Okay, so you're going to have a love offer coming in, is what Spirit is saying here. Okay, you're going to be receiving a love offer, and Spirit, this received card is coming up because Spirit is saying, if you want to be with this person, okay, you have the potential, like I said, to have a family with this person. That's why that 10 of Pentacles was coming up, because it's talking about, leaving a legacy. And Spirit is telling you, you have to make sure you open yourself up to this love offer. Okay. You may be nervous. I understand, because you went through a lot of shit. I see the 5 of Cups showing up here in the overall energy pile. But you have, like I said, you got to heal yourself and get yourself to the point to where, you're going to be a little bit, there's going to be a little bit of trepidation. You're going to be a little bit nervous. There's nothing wrong with that. But like if you're like really anxious and all this kind of stuff, then there's still some things you need to take a look at and you need to heal. When you think about coming together with this person, that's going to be very telling about where you are mentally, emotionally, spiritually and physically, where you are in your life. Okay. Because if you're feeling anxiety when you think about coming together with this person, then there's still some things you need to look at. That's how you know. Look at the situation. And if you're not just in a state of excitement or anticipation or something like that, if you're feeling anything other than that, then there's still some stuff you got to look at. Okay. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, there are going to be a lot of love calls between you and this person. You're going to be expressing love, sending, texting, sending messages of love, telling each other you're thinking of each other. And this person is going to be very open and honest, very transparent about the way that they feel. And they're going to let you know all of it. Okay. Like I said, I'm not saying as soon as they step into your life, they're going to, I'm not saying that, because everybody got to go at their own pace. For some of you, that may happen. But for others of you, this person has to feel you out a little bit because, like I said, both of you have been traumatized. Okay. So when it comes to what is within your power to change, we've got the 8 of Wands here. Okay, this can speak of manifestation. It can also talk about communication, like whether or not you choose to communicate with this person. It's up to you. You have a choice. You have the free will to do that. If you want to do it, or if you don't want to do it, it's up to you. Yeah, see, because you're heading in a new direction is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so if you want things to be different, you got to act differently too. Okay, you got to be receptive to what's coming in. And you have to realize that, you got to function differently if you want a different outcome. So we have the happiness card showing up here on your person's side. So the two of you are going to be very happy. Okay. If you decide to be with this person, you're both going to be headed in a new direction and headed towards happiness. Okay. All right. So hold on. Yeah. You're going to be making new memories with the picture card. So when it comes to what is not in your power to change, here's the 10 of Cups. This is talking about, this is the marriage card. This is the happiness card. This is the family, creating the family. Okay. And Spirit is telling you that this person is coming into your life, whether you want them to or not, because you got to make this decision. All right. You have to make the decision between the twin, this new person, or some of you choose to pick yourself. Okay. And when you tell me this in the comments, I'm just wondering why you're watching Love Tarot. I'm not telling you to not watch it, but I find it interesting because if I didn't want to be in a relationship, I would not be watching no damn Love Tarot. What you watching it for? I don't understand. What do you want to know what's coming up for if you don't want to entertain it? I don't know. Whoever does that, and I would like to know what your reasoning is. Okay, because if you're not wanting to love, I kind of feel like that's kind of like you kind of like torturing yourself, because why are you looking at things that you saying you don't want, or unless you you in this Two of Swords energy here, where, you know, you're not looking at what's really going on. You're not really looking at yourself and seeing that deep down inside you do want to be with somebody. That's what I'm thinking. You do really do want to be with somebody, and you just saying that. You just saying that because of, I guess, whatever way you feeling on that day, I guess. That's all I can think of. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, here go the twin again. The twin is a snake. We know that. All right, let me get it. See if I can get another one. 10 of Cups. Okay, they're emotionally withdrawn. We throw that to the side. I'm gonna switch decks now. 10 of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this person is going to be coming in, or not even coming in. I feel like you may get into this 10 of Cups energy, which means the two of you, you know, having that higher level of commitment, starting your family, so on and so forth, by the summertime. Okay. Or as early as the summertime is what I feel like Spirit is saying. Okay. And Spirit is telling you to be patient. Okay. Because like I said, it's two different people that have to come together. It's not one person just having to get themselves together. That's why I tell y'all, take this time. This separation time is important for you to be, doing the things you need to do. So we've got the date card here. It's saying get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date. You could be finding your person online. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what action is in your highest interest, we have the 9 of Cups here. So the 9 of Cups is talking about wish fulfillment. I feel like Spirit is saying go towards the things that fulfill you. Okay. Even if it's something that scares you. Okay. That's become my thing now, where I'm like, if it scares me, I'm just going to go and do it. Whatever it is, I'm going to build up my courage and my inner strength and my belief in myself, and I'm going to do it. And I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you. Whatever makes you happy, because that staying in that happy energy and that, contentment, that's what's going to help to draw your person to you. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah, here's the crossroads again. Okay, you're going to have to make a decision also about what makes you happy. Okay, the Fear card, that's the twin. Come on, 9 of Cups, please. This make me laugh. I'm going to show you all these cards at the end of the read so you can see how many dang cards have come up for this person who we don't want to talk about. See, look, they apologizing. They feel inadequate. Okay, so anyway, like I said, there's going to be a crossroads. The old person we just talked about, and then this new person. You're meeting someone new for everybody. And you just got to decide what you want, okay? And like I told you, it could be a third option where you choose to choose yourself, and you don't want to be in a relationship. It's up to you. Okay, so we got 2 cards that fell here. The first one says addiction. It's talking about codependency, obsession, emotional blocks, okay? If you have any of those things, those are things you need to take a look at. And this is also about both you and your person learning how to heal your heart, okay? Healing the heartbreak, the toxicity or the addictions, and the fallout from the abusive relationship, okay? All right, look at all these cards. Look at all these cards. Look at all these cards. I could have done a whole other reading with all the cards that the twin keeps trying to throw out here. Okay, so now we're going to get some messages from Spirit and see what else they want to tell you about the reading. Okay. See, look, they still coming out. Twin flame card there. Okay, it says clarity. Your soul is guiding you to the answers you seek. So those of you, if you're questioning and wondering about a lot of different things, you're going to be receiving guidance. That's why this High Priestess card is coming up. Spirit is telling you to listen to your intuition. And then, of course, you have a soul team. You have a team of people that are helping you behind the scenes in the 5D. So you've got boundaries showing up. So Spirit is saying someone needs to clearly state their position and draw the line so the expectations of this partnership are clear. I've been telling everybody this week. You need to make a list of what it is that you're expecting to happen in this connection. Okay, what things you want to happen in this connection, because you need to let this person know what is good, what is going to work for you and what is not going to work for you. That's what's going to help you to avoid a lot of landmines in the beginning. Okay, so like I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I don't want somebody that comes in and talks to me for like, I don't know, a month every day, and then they disappear for like 2 or 3 days or something like that. I don't like that. Cause my thing is if you're gonna be here, be here. So that's like one of mine. So you got to think about you. What is, what are your deal breakers? What are things that you want to have in the relationship? And you need to discuss this with this person in the beginning, so that you're not stepping on their toes and they're not stepping on yours. And they need to be telling you, they need to be setting their boundaries too and telling you what they're looking for and what they're not, because like for instance, loyalty comes up a lot. This person's going to want you to be loyal. This is going to be somebody where they're all focused on you, Libra, and they're going to want you to be the same way with them. They're not going to want you to be out and about with other people. And I don't feel like you're going to do that, but I feel like that's what this person's been exposed to in the past. And so they may be a little adamant about making sure you understand that if the two of you decide to be exclusive, that you be exclusive. Just like I say, if you're going to be here, be here. Okay. So it's different for everybody. Then we've got shadow work. Spirit is saying someone needs to face their fears and their shadow side. Okay. All right. So that's what we're talking about when I'm telling you to prepare yourself for this person. Clean up any last minute stuff that you need to take a look at. All right. Because I feel like when this person comes in, it's like your life is gonna take off for both of you, and you don't want to be trying to play catch up because you didn't do the things you were supposed to do before this, and then too, you don't want to be showing up acting crazy because you didn't fix your shit. Okay, I'm not saying y'all are not, or this is what's gonna happen, but that's what happens. Cause we gotta talk. I gotta tell a quick story. So I was watching on Netflix. What is that show? What's the one where they in the Love is Blind. I was watching Love is Blind. And there was a couple on there, right? Where the girl had anxious attachment, right? And the guy had secure attachment, a secure attachment style. Okay, so the anxious attachment style, you got abandonment issues, any little thing you scared the person is going to leave you, all these types of things, right? That's why I'm not calling no names, because we're just talking about this in a roundabout way. I'm trying to give you an example. So the minute they got together, you could tell she wasn't healed from whatever happened to her in the past. Okay. So they were having, let me say it like, they didn't have any misunderstandings. Let me say it like this. Okay. They had gone to a gathering with all the other people that had formed couples, right? So when they come back from the gathering, the guy comes in and he's the type of person where the way he processes is by talking about what has happened. Okay. So he was talking about what the guys were talking about, and he was saying something about nobody's sure that they want to go forward and get married at the end of the show. If you don't know what Love is Blind is, these people go into a room, they each go into a room where they can't see each other. They date all these different people, and then they basically fall in love with people that they've never seen, and they don't get to see the person until after they get engaged. And so then after that, it's like the build up to the wedding, and they have to decide at the altar if they want to marry the person or not. So that's just a short synopsis. So anyway, the guy is trying to process what's going on. He tells the girl that none of the guys are sure that they want to get married, which is fair, because they just got together. It had only been a few days since they actually been interacting with the people that they were supposed to marry. And the girl, she starts to get upset, and she's like, well, I don't want to hear anything about that, and then he's trying to calm her down, and she's like, oh, well, you don't love me and this and that and all. And I'm like, how did we get from talking about what happened to the party to all of a sudden, the dude don't love you? And he didn't say any of these things, but it was her blowing all this shit up in her head because she is anxiously attached. And I get it, because I used to be anxiously attached too. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you don't fix this stuff, you're going to purposefully fuck up your relationship. You're gonna keep doing that and keep doing stuff like that until you self-sabotage. I'm not saying what she did you're gonna do. I'm saying these are the things that happen, and it's like you can't control it because you're on autopilot. Your subconscious mind is like, okay, we in this relationship, and you know we're not comfortable in relationships, so we gotta self-sabotage. We gotta make sure we shut this down because we can't be in no relationship. And so it's like your subconscious mind thinks it's trying to help you, and then it just ends up self-sabotaging you, making you say shit like she just kept saying, telling the dude that he didn't love her. And I was like, when did he say that? He never said that. But in her mind, all these things were going on, and that's what ended up happening. She ended up sabotaging the thing, and the dude just was like, I can't do it. And she was trying to kept asking him, don't you want to try? Don't you want to try? And he was like, no. He was like, because you keep telling me that I don't have feelings for you, and that I feel like this and I feel like that. And he's like, I can't continue to do that. So I'm telling you this story, not because I want to talk about Netflix shows. I'm telling you this story to show you an example of how this works. The fact that, you may think you're going to go, you may think that you're going to go into a connection with somebody. And, if you haven't dealt with your shit and think that, that won't happen, this and that. But I'm telling you, you'll get into some shit and somebody will trigger you. The person will trigger you, or a circumstance will trigger you, or a situation will trigger you. And then you'll be going down that path and you won't even fucking realize you're doing it. So I'm saying all of this to tell you, please do what you need to do to heal yourself, because I don't want y'all coming to me in the comments telling me that you messed up your chance with your person or whatever because you didn't do what spirit keeps telling you to do. Okay? All right. Okay, let's get some messages from your person. Okay. So we've got, thank you for being there for me when I needed it most. Okay? We have, I'm so proud of everything you do. Then we have, I feel like I've known you all my life, yet you're so mysterious. Okay. So you and this person, like I said, you're going to have a lot of common bonds between each other. Okay. Let's get some more messages. Okay. So we have, I hide my feelings. I feel like that's what they're doing now. Like I said, they're waiting for spirit to tap them on the shoulder and tell them they can go in. They find you so attractive. They're in love with you. They're starting to understand your connection. And then we've got, they want you so badly. Okay. All right. Let me get one of these. Okay. So we have inspiration. It says, there's no one else who inspires me the way you do. I am so proud of you, your achievements and gifts. Your love really gives me strength and courage to strive for more out of life. Okay. And then we've got surprise showing up here. It says, I'm planning to surprise you soon with a gift from the heart. Get ready to receive something special soon that expresses how I feel about you. The gift could come in any form in the physical or spiritual realms, and it will bring us closer. The romantic gesture, 3D communication, or telepathic communication is on its way to you. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's get a message from spirit before you go with the Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle cards. Okay. So we've got higher self. It says, no matter how dark or muddy your path may be, trust the guidance of your higher self. Again, it's showing up again here, right? That's the high priestess there. Same message. We have love language. It says learning and understanding each other's love languages are essential to meeting each other's emotional needs. Okay. You got to understand how your person wants to be loved. They need to understand how you want to be loved. That's part of you making the list and letting the person know what you need out of the connection. They'll know, okay, you need somebody that's going to be here, or for them, you know, they need somebody who's going to be loyal. So, you know, like I said, you know what your boundaries are. Because like I said in the beginning, a lot of us, we so happy and so excited to be in a connection with somebody. We don't have these conversations. We like go speeding into a connection with somebody, dating them, doing this and doing that. And the infatuation and the feelings take over. And then the next thing you know, there's a bump in the road because nobody talked about anything. So that's why I'm telling you, let's get on the page of wanting to let this person know what your needs are so you can get your needs met. Because I feel like that's an issue too, is that maybe in the past a lot of you have not communicated your needs, and you know, thinking that the other person was just going to know what they were, or that in a relationship, because these are stereotypes, these are things that we all learn stuff from society, the things that we're taught, you know. So you may not understand, or at the time in the past, you may not have realized that, okay, I need to tell this person what my needs are, okay, and not just expect them to figure it out. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that will help things to move along in a you know, an easier manner, okay? Without that will cut down on a lot of, you know, tension or disagreements or anything like that, or you know, because you don't know, because like I said, there could be something that a lot of people do where, you know, that may be a pet peeve of yours, or vice versa. Okay, you got to think about that. We're all different human beings with different experiences, and even though you and this person have had similar experiences, there may be, you know, a difference in the way that you do things. Okay, all right. Then we've got make a move. It says the time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. I feel like this is talking about your person. Okay, the soulmate, because we had, where is it at? The love offer card show up. So for some of you, this person is about to come in soon. Okay. All right. Libra, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Libra.